Hello, this is the TradeSite U.S. Stocks Futures and Forex Market Preview for the week beginning Sunday, the 11th of December, 2022, ending Friday the 16th. We've got this full week. Next week after this will be, a couple days of normal trading. I would say it's not been very exciting lately, just to be fair, but all the way about to Wednesday the 21st, and then people start to head out of town. And to be honest, the year starts to wrap up, right? Thursday the 22nd. Friday the 23rd, we've got Christmas Eve on a Saturday, Christmas Day on a Sunday. We got a holiday on the 26th, Monday. We got a 4-day week that nobody trades. So, we got about 8 days left to try to get something done. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Absolutely flat last few days. Nothing happened this week at all. Here's a look at the pound dollar, also flat. So nothing in the Forex world happened really this week, so we don't really need to get all wrapped up in it. Here's the euro dollar. Also dead flat. I mean, one of the worst weeks for Forex in a long time. The euro yen, the pound yen also flat. Here's a look at the front month ES contract. So we never got to the 13, got to the 11. Came back a bit. So if we curl up and we get to new highs, we'll make 12.13 fairly quickly. And the static trend line's at 36.2150. So we'll see what happens. Remember, we're now on the March contracts for the ES. S&P cash index, nothing really new here. The S&P, not much on Friday. The NASDAQ 100, not much on Friday. I mean, down a little bit, but no big deal. Russell 2000, also down just a bit. Crude oil now sitting at 71.78. Good for the pump prices. Maybe it's because it's not good for the economy that we're not going to be using as much oil. But obviously the war in Russia is kind of tapering off when it comes to that. Here's a look at gold. Still sitting near 3-month highs, off the lows after kind of being a very boring thing during the inflationary run. Bitcoin is still at 16. Actually, you know what I'm going to do here? Let me change this. Let me go straight to the Bitcoin Cash so we're on the same page. That would be better, and we're sitting at 16,944, just under 17,000. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, which had rallied quite a bit actually off the lows. So when bonds go up, rates are down, but now a little down day on Friday is what it is. The VIX closes the session at 22.83. That was just up a little bit, not much there. Advanced decline ratio on the New York, 70 negative 1292 on Friday. That's a pretty negative number, really. The trend closes at 0.79 on Friday, puts the 10-day moving average at 1.21. And again, that's not a sell signal or a buy signal because we're above that blue line, which is the 0.85 number. Here's the intraday action for the day. Now, let me look at it for the week, right? This is the week. Oh, sorry. Let's go back a bit. Now we can see the whole week. There we go. So there's the week, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days on the ES. And you can see we started out and then rolled down. By Tuesday, we'd made pretty much where we closed on Friday. So it is what it is. NASDAQ, also about the same boat. Let me again do the same thing there because I haven't adjusted this chart yet. But there's your 5 days for the NASDAQ. Is again down for the week. This thing's down about 500 points for the week. Okay. Here's a look at some of the major stocks. So Apple was down just 26 cents. I mean, Friday was really boring. Several days this week were boring. It was just not a very exciting week. It's a good time of year. Usually has not been a good time of year, generally speaking here. Apple down 26 cents. Amazon down 22 cents. Meta down 18 cents. Google down 12 cents. I mean, literally, these are some of the smallest changes possible on some of these bigger stocks. Goldman Sachs down 14 cents. Netflix down 53 cents. Oh, no, that's actually up. Oh, sorry, this is the pre-market stuff I'm looking at. So Netflix is actually up for the week. Tesla up a little bit. NVIDIA was up a little bit. And Zoom was back up a little bit. So, I mean, it really was a very boring week and a very unexciting session on Friday in particular. So I don't know what to say about most of this. It's It's just awful to watch. It has not been the most exciting period. Usually this time of year is way more interesting than this, and there's not much else to say about that. In terms of economic data coming out this week, I got the 10-year bond auction here in the U.S. is the first thing at 1 p.m. Eastern time on Monday. Federal budget balance 2. We've got, on Tuesday, we've got the CPI, which is one of our big three at 8:30, an hour before the open. So it'll be half size for Forex ahead of that. That's going to be a big number, of course. Everybody's looking at the inflationary numbers right now, and that's the headline number, so we'll have to watch that. 30-year bond auction at 1 in the afternoon. Wednesday, we've got import-export prices an hour before the bell. Crude oil inventories an hour into the market. We do have a Fed announcement. So we have a two-day Fed meeting Tuesday, Wednesday. That'll potentially slow us down, and obviously the announcements coming after this. So they're expecting about a half-point rate hike again. So we'll see how that goes. Core retail sales. This is Thursday, an hour before the bell. Empire State Manufacturing Index, retail sales, Philly Fed Manufacturing, and the weekly initial and continuing jobless claims numbers. Then at 9:15 a.m. on Thursday, capacity utilization, industrial production, business inventories at 10, natty gas at 10:30. We had the oil number at 10:30 on Wednesday. TIC long-term purchases at the close on Thursday. And then on Friday, the only data is the flash services PMI and manufacturing PMI numbers. So it's kind of light week, but the Fed meeting is probably the focus, and maybe the CPI. Those would be the two things to watch. And we'll see how it goes. Charts as usual brought to you by NinjaTrader. If you haven't taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week, and then we head into the holidays.